This is Founders Frequency on indigomusic.com. I'm Adarsh in conversation today with Mr. Ajay S Kabadi, CEO and founder of Docketrun. Indigomusic.com's Founders Frequency is in association with TiE Bangalore chapter. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ajay S Kabadi, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thanks, Adarsh, for having me here.
What does Docketrun do?
So, Docketrun works with a lot of heavy industries like steel, cement, aluminum, etc. that you can think about. A lot of accidents in a factory because thousands of people work in these factories. These are very risky areas where there are factories, there are a lot of machine movements happening. There are accidents with deaths, which happens, which doesn't even come out in the news as well. And what we have done is we have done an AI-powered video analytics platform that we call in. Every industries, every type of buildings these days have CCTV cameras for. They tell about, we use it for security and surveillance-based purposes, or if there is any theft as such. But can we go beyond this in the world of AI that we are booming in? So we have created a device, what we call it as Docket Edge, which gets connected with any type of cameras which are available in the market. It just plugs and plays to that. And this Docket Edge box has an AI algorithms on top of it and AI modules available in it. So now the camera's data comes to our platform or the box that we call in, and it understands what's happening inside your factory. From a safety perspective, to give you a very simplistic example, is that helmet and jacket if they're not wearing, or a goggles or a safety shoes. That's a minimum criteria for a person to work in these factories.
Right.
To think security surveillance perspective, the security wants to check what vehicles, the parking management system, safety wants to see where my people are, which locations, is there a fire incident, is machine coming with a smoke. So all these type of patterns that we check, and even we do a lot of inspection and the type of people movement. Like whenever you try to work in some set of right, you do it in a particular fashion. So we try to evaluate those. And
once it's done evaluating, what does it do? Like, how does it help these heavy industries?
Okay, so when I say talk about evaluate, consider there is a fire incident which is being caught up, and I know that in the second floor there are 30 people, and I want to evacuate on during fire incident. There are 15 people have come out. Now my safety team and the rescue team knows that 15 people I can evacuate them because I have the count, the system of a camera with our box knows that there is a 15 people that needs to be rescued now on immediate basis. Those type of conditions it says. Consider that you are going to a machine which is very nearby, which is hazardous and continuously moving at a very high speed. We convey them via multilingual support. It can speak in Kannada, Hindi, Marathi, whatever the languages they are able to support based on the locations. So it speaks them into as a public announcement system that don't do this. And all the quality inspections and process is another part that we work in. And everything runs offline, no need of internet connectivity.
Right. Okay. What made you take up this entrepreneurial journey? The Docket Edge is the product that you have devised specially for heavy industries, where you say that a lot of accidents happen on a probably day-to-day or a week-to-week or a month-to-month basis because there's a lot of heavy machinery involved there. Was there a personal incident or was there a passion behind it, or you just stumbled upon this idea?
My journey started where I went into an internship during my 2015, during my engineering days. And I thought like my resume is not that to the peak level where I can get a job in MNC though. And that's where I got an exposure to Deshpande startups where we are incubated at, where I was helping a lot of startups over there. I was a CTO. I became a CTO over there by working with few startups. Then they helped me to onboard as a CTO over there, because that's where I got to know by working with a lot of founders and co-founders. And when I came out of my startup as a CTO, I was into some exploration mode that what type of solutions I can provide in a software market. We started as a software as a service, but when we pivoted multiple times from agriculture, building management system, and other stuff, that's where I got a post-COVID. I thought people a lot of started talking about automation and kind of factory force was only working 50% during COVID days. That's a traction where I was speaking a lot of electrical managers, maintenance managers, and that's where the gap which I found in. And this became a very good product market fit and a good problem to solve in which can cater to the larger global market itself.
All right. This can be a personal story, or this can be a story that would probably help people probably like sign up to your Docket Edge product, especially the heavy industries who you're targeting as a consumer. Tell me if there are any real case scenarios where this has helped, avoid a particular dangerous incident from happening, and that will also be your personal validation or satisfaction to understand key, okay, so this is why I did this, and it's helped save so many lives or something like that. Has there been any incident like that, or an incident that has been avoided due to your Docket Edge in recent times?
Yeah, in recent times there are many that we have. No, no, one which which is very personally to me, because it's one of the risky areas that we have deployed this solution, is one of for the largest steel plant in India, and it's running for 300 cameras, and it's for the location called as electrical. It's the electrical panel seen in the movies. The one which comes with a cool coat, the jacket, entire jacket, and he tries to do the bomb diffusing. You can think about that jackets and walk in an electrical area which is of 6.6 kV, 11 kV, and 33 kV panels. And any small unsafe activity if they do in, it leads to a blast over there. It's an electrical breaker which gonna blast in. And you can, when I talk about blast, it's an entire blast which can happen. So all these 300 cameras are getting evaluated simultaneously, where the people are working in these multiple panels, because these panels supply powers to these exhaust fans, conveyor belts, etc. Where the power supply, once it goes, it goes for the maintenance also. And there are so many checklists, what we call it as an industry called as critical standard operating procedures, as SOPs, which gets monitored. And there are around 20 plus checkpoints which gets where how the human is trying to work on these type of areas, and also human body observations also that we do. And it has now taken on all their unsafe activities, and entirely it's foolproof. And very happy to work with one of these largest steel plant with running 300 cameras, just like a human being observing so many of these cameras. This is one of the largest deployment that we have done. And there are so many other case studies and deployments we have done. We have saved people lives, saved the accidents before it can go at a much larger.
I understand the basic conceptualization of software or the product Docket Edge does. How is AI being implemented in this? How are you taking the help of AI to give solutions to heavy industries, to give security solutions to heavy industries?
So when you talk about AI, you want to talk me to about the kind of technologies that we use in?
No, not too technical about like what kind of AI you're using. How is, for a layman to understand, how is AI being used? In what way is AI being used to provide security solutions to heavy industries? You have to like tell it in a way where I could understand probably.
Got it, got it. So I would say in this way that surveillance based cameras pretty much record the recordings, maybe which
Yeah.
stores it for 60, 90 days.
So that
And
tracks and that gives you an idea how dangerous or how safe the environment is and everything. So how is AI helping you, solve the problems that exist in an environment over there?
so for this, consider a human being, if he wants to see a lot of things, maybe he can see around 5, 10 cameras, because his brain in the back end, it's trying to see those number of cameras. I basically, I itself, if I want to see some 5, 10 cameras, I can see what problem is happening. Similarly, how our brain has these neural networks being combination, where in the schools to the day we were able to talk, we are able to sense a lot of things. Similarly, that's the brain of AI that works in, which has an analytical, as well as it can suggest what's happening inside the factory. So if instead of seeing 5, 10 cameras as a human in the human limitations, if you can think about, if I want to see some thousands of cameras, the similar brain tries to see all these patterns simultaneously, and it's intelligently making it out what's happening. That's how the brain I'm trying to correlate, where it's seeing all these type of instances and trying to make the judgments what might go wrong, what might go well in across the locations. And I can see that it's a multiple eyes together, it's been seen instead of 2 eyes for a human being. So it's the number of multiple eyes where a brain is able to evaluate, like a sci-fi movie that they can think about.
So this is Docket Edge. How does somebody who's interested in getting this implemented or installed in their company reach out to you?
So the website has all the details available. There is contact form as well, where they can get a 30 minutes open slot for them. There are calendar slots which are available, and phone and email numbers are available. So they can feel free to contact on that, or they can directly email to info@docketrun.com as well.
And the website is called?
www.docketrun.com.
Right. So that was Mr. Ajay S Kabadi, CEO and founder of Docketrun. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing all this information and insight into what happens in heavy industries, and how with your Docketrun company and the Docket Edge product. You have been able to mitigate all many dangers through the software and the product that you have installed in those heavy industries, of course. Thank you so much for joining me and have a nice day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Adarsh. Thanks for the invitation.